It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see two of the NFL's oldest and most storied franchises. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Washington Commanders.
On to get us started now, the kicker, Chris Boswell. And off we go in our nation's capital. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. Leading them out, their young quarterback, the rookie from LSU.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment. Running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Now a 2nd and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That second down play nets a -4. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Eckler, they run left side. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And this is exactly the kind of drive you're hoping for out of the gates. They're mixing the run and the pass well, keeping this defense off balance early. And they're on the march here with another first down.
Throwing now is Daniels. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan? Introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to Big Way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Daniels. And complete to Zach Ertz. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. To the air goes Daniels. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Seibert able to knock this one through, and the Commanders get out to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the man who proclaims to be from a whole pack of Badgers. Came into the league back in 2012, Russell Wilson.
And similar to his nickname, Russell Wilson has a dangerous mix of skills. The ability to throw from the pocket and extend plays and throw on the run. Not to mention an absolute winner. Usually has his team in the playoffs competing for Super Bowl opportunities.
Now 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
To throw is Wilson. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time. Well, anytime you sack Russell Wilson, that's a win for the defense. But to get him here on his opening drive of the ball game, that's a really big win for that defense.
And the goal every week, keep him in the pocket. Don't let him get to the perimeter, because when he's in the open field, not only can he hurt you, but also you lose sight of receivers downfield, and they'll hurt you with big plays.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now a give. Running left is Harris. The broken tackle, but couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. So a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Throwing is Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it, because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They started on the ground with Eckler. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop.
Brandon, that's what you call being manhandled at the point of attack. And I know the offensive line gets a lot of blame for that one. But occasionally, the defense just knows what you're going to do. Maybe they scouted it perfectly. Maybe someone tipped it off. But on that play, it had no chance.
To the right side and caught by Sennett. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. To throw is Daniels. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up fourth.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner, and that quick 3-and-out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Now Austin. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down. Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. There's Wilson to throw. This one finds Austin out right. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Now a first down carry for Harris. Down to the 41. This a 2nd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Wilson. He's going to float this one deep right side. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep, try to throw some air under it, and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Wilson. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 20-yard line. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. Now it's Wilson. And his throw is incomplete.
So many things have to go right for any passing play to work out. Quarterback has to understand the defense, deliver an accurate ball. Receiver has to concentrate and bring it in. Somewhere along the assembly line, something was off with that one.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Now it's Wilson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another first down.
Wilson. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. George Pickens from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead. Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. That time a 9-play drive.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And the Washington offense heading out. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Second and 6.
Back to throw. Daniels. This is Ertz on the pitch and catch. It'll be a gain of 5, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. Now it's McNichols, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Austin. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Rush coming, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
They'll toss to Harris. He was trying to turn the corner, but he will go nowhere.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. Second and 10. Play action. Now it's Daniels. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. An incomplete pass on second down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Daniels. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 18. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy? Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
Harris going to get it again on second down. And he'll get about 3 up past the 25. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
A good kick, 48 yards, 4 on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense back out there. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 1. Here's a quick throw out wide. It's McLaurin. And McLaurin going to pick up a Commander's 1st down as he's going to get this down to the 45-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They'll try the right side with Eckler. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. Once more, here's Eckler. They find some open field here. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
As always, no rooting interest here, but that was pretty, wasn't it? To see him break through and then pick up his stride.
Yeah, the guy carrying the ball loves it. I think the O-line, they might like and take more satisfaction out of those runs than anybody else, though, right?
Without a doubt, because they're the ones that often have created it.
They'll motion McLaurin left. Now they'll fake the jet sweep and give it instead to Eckler.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
Tackled that time by Joey Porter Jr.
Out on the edge, you love to have cornerbacks like that can bring him down in the run game.
And you're also exposed to everyone. It really becomes a one-on-one play, doesn't it? You're out there by yourself on the edge. The best ones know how to make the play, and we just saw an example of it right there.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Zach Ertz from 19 yards away.
And the Commanders have regained the lead.
As a general rule, quarterbacks don't want to lock in on a receiver before the ball is snapped. But in this case, based on the matchup he thought he was going to get, it was favorable for his tight end. He locked in on him early and found him for a touchdown.
Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. That time a 6-play drive.
And it ends with a Zach Ertz touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Quan Martin there on the tackle. Second and 10.
Wilson.
That's caught. It's Austin left side.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a first down.
On the give, this is Harris. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. They go play action now. Wilson. And he's got this down to the 35. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. They go play action with Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. A short one there to Freiermuth. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 14. A gain there of 21 yards.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I felt that one all the way up here. How about that big man laying out and making that catch?
Yeah, that wasn't a 180-pound wideout. That was a tight end. Harris. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Najee Harris, well built for work down here near the end zone. That's a nice job there to hold him up. But I doubt we've seen the last of him on this drive.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Again, it's Harris. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say...
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Najee Harris punching it in from a yard away. And the Steelers have taken the lead. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 14-10. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game. And they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive. So we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Second and 5. Option play, and they'll give to Eckler. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Running on first down, Eckler to the 43, 2nd down. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 7. Daniels looking to throw. Open man is Noah Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on first down, even though he's still in the pocket. He had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Daniels. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 36. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Daniels. Complete to Zacchaeus. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
To the air goes Daniels. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
He was trying to get that one out to his running back out of the backfield, but that one was read and timed perfectly, and they were able to break it up.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Daniels. And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Daniels. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Austin Seibert sets up for the field goal try. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. Seibert's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. One more drive here for the Steeler offense in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting group from Washington who are out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We got a fine first half out of the former Alabama man, Najee Harris. He wound up finding the end zone on a touchdown run to help give his guys the advantage here at the break.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, the Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Bobby Wagner, multiple times an All-Pro, in there to drop him for a loss. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25. Third and 12.
Throwing is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the fourth time today. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And out will come the offense as they take over.
First possession of the second half now for Washington.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
This 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Daniels. That's going to be caught downfield by McLaurin. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
That one good for 26 and a first down.
Eckler now between the tackles.
And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
To throw is Daniels. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Daniels.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
This is caught.
And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
Eckler is in. Touchdown, Washington. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. Daniel's going to try and throw for it.
And that is caught for the 2 points. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now the Steelers getting set and ready for their next possession. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now a toss play. It's Harris.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw is Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
And that'll be a free 5 yards for the offense.
Just like a tennis match, that's just an unforced error. Stay alert. Don't jump early and give them free yardage.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Now it's Wilson. Completes it to Austin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
That'll bring up 2nd down. Again, Wilson.
A short one there to Freiermuth. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's
17-yard line. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. Harris running straight ahead. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. Wilson. Setting up the screen, Harris. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Daniels. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The 20. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They give him a gain of 37. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other, and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Up the middle with Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On the option, here's Eckler. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Eckler with now his 2nd touchdown of this 3rd quarter as his guys are able to extend their lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Wilson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Here's Eckler to begin the drive, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right? They just got done with a really nice play showing that they still got a little bit left, don't they?
Haven't had many plays that they can clip, put in the film room, and smile about, but hey, there's one.
Clip and save.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Here's 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Now he's free at the 35. Touchdown, Washington. Noah Brown, 67 yards. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 18 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage, but that's about it. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Back now at Commanders Field.
It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Here's Wilson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
Here's Wilson.
He finds Pickens over the middle.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Play action. Now Wilson. He's got it. Touchdown.
Mike Williams.
A 16-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point now by Boswell. And that one makes this an 11-point deficit now. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. They'll try the right side with Eckler.
He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there. Second down and 6 now.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
And this offense on third down today, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 6. Looking to throw, Daniels. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a first down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for sure stop on third, and then the tables turned. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. When this offense gathers to watch the tape, they're going to like a lot of what they saw. They put up big numbers, but they might fast forward through that last play.
Oh, there won't be any fast forwarding, partner. I've sat in those sessions before. You end up spending more time on the bad plays than you do on the good ones. It's just the nature of coaches. But I know sitting in that room, when you've had a big game, the night that they've had, you don't want to hear that. You just want to focus on the good stuff.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Back to throw. Daniels. That is caught. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 26. 14 yards that time for number 14. Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game. And trusting this quarterback, I think you continue to do so.
Daniels looking to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the second half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. It's the 2 F's for a rookie quarterback.
They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. 56 yards rushing for him now to this point. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. He's got it to Williams. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wilson. Being chased out left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. Now Wilson. He finds Austin complete.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 42.
That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
From Commander's territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 42-yard line.
A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
And that's another big-time run. And it sure looks like the leverage game is being won by the offensive line. They're the low man on just about every snap, and they're winning, pushing back the defensive front and creating great space for their runners.
Now Wilson.
A throw left sideline falls incomplete.
Mike Williams the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Williams. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
On the give, this is Harris. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 10, good for a Steeler first down.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big 3rd down conversion. First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Dante Fowler in on the stop.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
George Pickens
with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Steelers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
So they get the score still down, but bottom line is they kept themselves in the game.
They did keep hope alive, Brandon. That's exactly what they did. Now they've got to deliver and finish things off.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Wilson going to throw for it. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The home team's offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. There's your co-NFL record holder, T.J. Watt, doing what he does best, terrorizing quarterbacks. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll get this to the 23, but that'll be well short of what he needed. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for Washington. And taken right at the 35. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. This is 1st and 10. Now Wilson. That one tipped, and it's incomplete. But good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away as we just saw there.
That's going to be caught. It's Austin. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here. Wilson to throw. He's got his tight end Freiermuth over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
Oh, and this is a touchdown or bust drive, and that will definitely help their cause. What a time to come up with a play like that. And now, plenty of time to try and finish this drive in the end zone and take the lead.
Here's 1st and 10. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
So after the penalty, a break. 1st and 5. Here's Wilson. And in for the Steelers touchdown. Darnell Washington. A 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers have taken a 4th quarter lead. So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like you still harbor some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Now Washington down by a field goal. A little over a minute to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Back to throw. Complete to Zacchaeus.
The Commanders going to use the second of their timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. 1st and 10.
Back to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Here comes 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. Zacchaeus here hauling it in. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 27-yard line. He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Run flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
He'll look to throw.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to tie things up in the final minute. Seibert able to knock this one through. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
So overtime on the horizon, barring a wild finish here as the kick's away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st down.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
Second and 6 coming up.
Throwing now is Wilson. He'll let it fly for Austin.
That one behind his man, incomplete.
4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So the first chance of this overtime will go to Washington as we are back underway. And able to get this out to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over.
And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So they come out throwing in the extra session and get a nice hook up right away.
Tells you a lot about what a coach feels about his team, doesn't it? That type of a play in overtime. So many people in this situation play not to lose instead of playing to win. That throw there tells you exactly what they're trying to get done.
A handoff, it's Eckler. Gets around him and taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
16 more on that one and another first down.
They go with the ground game, pick up the first, now in plus territory.
And that changes the whole mentality of a play caller, doesn't it? Once they cross the 50, they feel like they're in the strike zone. All right, you don't have to be in the red zone to take those big shots downfield or go after the end zone. Right now, that might be available to him.
And now this first drive in OT continues. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
They go play action. Daniels. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. On the give, this is Eckler. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down.
To throw is Daniels. And that's into the hands of Eckler.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here.
Well, their defense, they did the important thing. They got the stop. They didn't allow a point, but now they're backed up here pretty far, Charles. Going to need a significant drive to try to get into position for the game-winning field goal.
Yeah, partner, don't you think that defense is on the sidelines right now saying, don't come to us with your problems about where you're starting. We did the important part. We kept them off the board, kept us in the ball game. Find a way to maneuver it downfield, at least get into field goal range, and get us a win.
Here's a 2nd and 5.
Wilson.
Complete to Austin here over the middle.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. They hand this off to Harris. Fights loose. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 105 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That was a good, forceful run, and it demonstrates why you've got to put your body on a runner when you're trying to tackle him. If you just go in there and just try and get him down with arm tackles, usually doesn't work very well, and we saw in that play, he'll run right through those attempted plays.
Again, it's Harris on second down. And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
I'd sure love to offer some advice to the defensive coordinator, but his guys are just getting run over by an offense that's executing like a well-oiled machine.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Play action. It's Wilson. Over the middle, he hits Austin.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
A good pickup there of 20 yards. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
Here's Harris, and he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards, 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8.
Throwing is Wilson. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
I'll bet they thought they had picked that one up because it was a 3rd and 2 call, and they got awfully close. Now we're at 4th and inches. I wonder if they think they're feeling lucky here and maybe want to go pick it up.
Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, right now, every little bit of yardage helps. So they're obviously well within his range. It's just about keeping the football and getting in the right spot.
Know your kicker. Get, as you mentioned, get it to the right spot, the place that he wants to kick it from. And if you do decide to throw the football, it either goes to your team or no one. It's the only kind of throw you make.
Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing in the coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Washington looking for another timeout, and they get it.
They'll be down to just one remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So on now for the field goal try, Chris Boswell. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Steelers have won the game.
Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. And in this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Landover.